What's up, y'all? It's Stunner, one half of Slime Green Beats. Today we're going to take a look at 808 patterns. Before we get started, make sure y'all check out this book, How to Make Beats. This thing is amazing. You won't be disappointed for any beginners and intermediate users. So, in making an 808 pattern, we're going to pick an 808. And my favorite comes from the Decat pack, courtesy of the Wave. So let's just go ahead and pick one. This one's kind of nice. We want to right click that, cut itself, and before we even send it to the mixer, we want to look out and make sure this thing is below it's below 12 decibels, just so it's not clipping too much. So that sounds pretty good. First thing I do is I put the metronome on, and then let it play. If you right click and go into piano roll, you can open this up, and then you can see all the notes that you're playing. But by default, it's to start off at C5. So let's just try to work on this real quick and make a pattern. So and right now I like as just as a key, the way I have this set up, I like picking all the white line notes. So that's where I'm picking my notes from as I'm doing this bass line. And this note right here, I think if you notice, I double clicked on this. What I'm doing is I'm putting on a slide on it. So a slide is like, if you're hitting a note, you hit another note on like an actual piano. It's not gonna be an abrupt change. It's gonna like slide into it like really smooth and transition right. So you can use that same trick to make your bass lines. And then I can do a Control A, Control C, and then if I hit Control B, it will take that entire pattern and just shift it over. So if I hit stop and do a Control A to select the entire pattern, just stop, I can start it from the beginning. And then I want to vary this pattern a little bit more on the first end. It's just kind of starting a little bit fast. And then just turn off that metronome up here. With that, you want to put a snare in there just to keep the time of the track. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's pick a snare out this track. And then let's jump back in this pattern. And let's have it raise up at the second half of that pattern. And let's try to do another slide at the end of that. let's just keep it. Let's just keep it the same, and then put a hi-hat on it again, just to keep time. Maybe something a little bit more trappy. And again, with all these tricks, you want to EQ that 808 to really bring the most out of it. A trick I like using again is that fruity distortion. I know I talk a lot about this in a lot of my videos. That's why I do say again. And then put that fruity parametric EQ just to tune that 808 a little bit better. Sometimes taking the high end makes it. And then let's take a look at that pattern again. I think I like this triplet on the 808s. So I just inverted it. I really just copied and pasted it. Now that I got the EQ taking out some of the high end on the 808, it lends itself, it gives it a better case for those triplets, I think. And then what you can do is you can put Soundgoodizer. It kind of acts like a preamp for that 808. And my levels are getting high on mix 1, so what you want to do as you're making this 808, you want to make sure you're not going over 12 decibels in here, or it's just going to sound real muddy when you do your final mix. So make sure you do keep an eye out on that. And but that's like a nice 808 pattern progression. It really depends on what type of music you're making. I really tend to go towards like the trap sound. So you know, you got a lot of those 808s that are like changing octaves up and down, rolling. And with those 808s, I mean, it's nice to put a kick just to make those 808s really stand out. And another trick you can use if you put this on to go to mixer 4 for that kick, make sure it cut itself. You can take the track 4 and then you can sidechain that over, and we do have more videos on sidechaining just so it hits harder, so that volume on the kick is going right into the 808 on track 1. And the same rules apply. You don't want it to get too loud in here going into that mixer. And there you go. You got yourself like a 808 pattern that you can work with. You can use some of these progressions take away, add to it. It's just something that will help you guys get to it when you're trying to come up with like an interesting 808 pattern. Again, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you check out the book if you like these videos. I got more heat coming for y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure you subscribe, comment. If this video is whack, if it's the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. We out of here.